Alright guys, welcome back. So we got some news to talk about in Kaiju 8. The first thing is we're going to be getting a little bit of a new update to our story mode and also a new character, which you cannot already tease. But if we go towards the new section, we can see a bit of the stuff that's coming. And we're going to talk about it, right? So first is right here. So we're going to be getting chapter 3 of the story mode, which we kind of already knew about because they kind of already announced it a few days ago. I do like that they're kind of announcing things in advance when it comes to those normal content, because they literally just announced a new character coming, which I think behind the scenes we knew because of leaks, but I don't think there's like one particular known person leaking, so kind of why I haven't covering it. And at least from like other gacha games I've played, it's not like concrete. I have to look more towards it, but it's not like a big leaker kind of covering a scene. But yeah, we're gonna be getting a new story chapter, which is quite nice. Just more content to clear. I do one that is slightly harder, and also 2 as well. It just means you're gonna get more XP, just more gems as well. So we do love story drops essentially. But then also right here, new gachas. I do wonder if they're saying gachas just because that's just like the bracket they're calling like these updates sections, because I hope it's not more than one character, because it could be all 3 of the new OC characters we'll talk about in a second. And also character story. I guess since it is character story, it could just be one character, but we'll have to wait and see, because if you say for more details, please check the actual Twitter account, which if you go towards the Twitter account right now, you can see this is what they have posted, which is just I guess the Kaiju behind, which I don't know if that's teasing anything, but it's just a big shield, right? Which is obviously, if you go towards the homepage, we've kind of already seen her in the actual like trailers. We kind of know about the character already. Insane multis here. What the hell was that? So this is Kikuru's, like lore-wise in the game, is Kikuru's stepsister, which is, yeah, obviously her right there. Which once again, we kind of already known about because I think, like they said, she's been leaked, but also they on like the character's actual website where you can see them. We don't know exactly what they do. I mean, obviously you can kind of tell just based off the personalities and I guess like the way they are. She's obviously going to be a tank character because she's got a massive shield. I don't know if that's what we need right now in the game, because we're not really stalling or defending. I mean, you can have a support character that tanks a little bit and buff the team, but I mean, maybe she still does big damage, right? We don't know the character's kit just yet. I wouldn't say she's a must summon just based off the character alone, but you know, if she's broken, then hey, you have to summon for the actual character's kit rather than the actual character. But if they drop all 3 together, that could be kind of crazy. It might be a bit too much. Chester, I think, might be more of a debuffer DPS, because if you kind of read their kits, right, I mean, this doesn't give anything away, but it does say here that demonstrating high unleashed combat power with various weapon types, he selects the most optimal weapon for each kaiju he neutralizes. So it'd be pretty cool if he has some sort of like, I feel like it'd be a bit too early, but he just has like type advantage against everyone. Like I say, it's way too early to get a character, especially like an OC. You might expect, you know, I don't know, some like powered up version of a character maybe later in the manga, or even I guess if you go towards season 1, you know, Kaiju 8, the berserk form, you can imagine he might have type advantage to where no matter who he attacks, he's always breaking the plate regardless of like the attributes. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, from the sounds of it, he does, from the looks of it, might be more of a DPS character. Oh, he's actually British. Wow, I guess sick. And then also we have Suited, which is kind of what I'm looking forward to, mainly just because I like green. But also, if we got a tank, we got a DPS, she's more likely to be the actual like support character. And I think right now we kind of need more support. So you're seeing right now in terms of like the character people using is Mina and also 4-star Hoshina, just because those are buffing up your big DPSs, right? Like right now, there's not real need for me to summon and go crazy for a DPS character. Sure, if one comes down to the best character in the game, I'll get them. But with Reno, Kaiju 8, and also Narumi, I'm kind of fine. But what I would love if I can make those characters slightly better with a support character, and that's kind of where I see Suited being the kind of role for that. So yeah, we'll wait and see if more of those characters actually come out rather than it just being, what's her name? Suited, Chester, and Segan, right? But I guess that comes like a bring question, guys. Let me know what you lot think of actual OC characters in this game. Normally, I did say in my past videos, I'm not the biggest fan of them because I definitely prefer to get the main cast. But I do acknowledge that the cast for Kaiju 8, even though we can get a few other characters, and they can just do different attributes and maybe even seasonal characters off the main cast anyway, I'm kind of okay with it because they actually look good. Normally OCs, they don't really fit into the world of what anime they're actually in, and it can get kind of jarring, where these characters look kind of decent, so I actually don't mind them. And remember, there are more Ts already. So we did see this image, which has the addition of these 2 OC characters, which we hadn't really seen too much before, which is kind of cool actually, because weapon types in this game are kind of important, and there aren't that many characters, if you look at the main cast, that kind of share this in weapons, other than like the ARs, that's kind of a given, right? But no one has Hoshina's dual blades, grenades. No one has Narumi's actual, like, your axe shotgun, basically, and no one has Kiku's axe, and then no one even has these actual mechas, right? The minigun. So making OCs that have those character types actually make a lot of sense. And once again, no one even has a massive shield. So I kind of wonder how they're going to handle that in the future. All right, so Defense Force Pass seasonal missions added. Okay, so it's not actual character. The seasonal ones are kind of weird, actually, because... not seasonal ones, but your Defense Force Pass, if you actually bought it, is your cap per week, which is kind of annoying because you progress so fast and then just boom, you get capped, which I think resets today, actually, on the 3rd. Is it 30th? Not entirely sure, but I guess there's now more missions, like these ones here, because, I guess it will just be... the new story chapter, right? But then again, you're capped, right? So does it matter too much? I guess if you're doing 25-ish levels per week, I can get up a little bit and get some more, because the stamina jelly is the most important one in this little now the gold 2 is actually pretty sick. Yeah, okay, fair enough. But yeah, that's kind of it. Bear in mind, he also confirmed recently as well that we're going to be getting some other contents. They did say on the 16th of September, which unfortunately I will not be here for. But we'll try and do like a preparation guide. We're going to be getting Fierce Battle Arena, which is the same content we have already in the game, but like more of a limited one and more of probably likely harder, right? We have to wait and see, because right now the level cap is level 100 and most characters reverse to level 90. So if you can get your characters towards level 90 by then, you should be in a good position to be able to defeat it. But considering that is a limited time one and likely going to be hard, you will have to have a character or a team of 8 basically. So definitely that's what you lot should be mostly preparing for. And then also late September, we're going to be getting a raid battle. So that's kind of what I mean by... I do like that the fact that this game is being more not transparent, but like the confirming updates in advance, right? Like they're not just dropping a patch notes the day before the content comes, so we can kind of prepare for a little bit, which is kind of nice. Because like I say, if they just kind of announced that on like the 15th and we're like, oh crap, I have to now make 8 characters before here, if you haven't already done it, then that's something you should be now preparing for a little bit, so it's kind of cool. And then the banners as well. Yeah, I guess we have to wait, man, because Reno is obviously still here. I still think he's probably likely to be better, especially if the 3 characters that do come out are, or if it's just one. If it's just Segan, then it's just a tank character. You still probably want to get Reno. You still probably want to get his actual weapon. And, his banner lasted 3 weeks from the release of the game. So, that if we're getting back-to-back banners, if it is just the OC, fair enough, right? But I do wonder if the game can keep up. I mean, it's fine because pity does carry over, so it's not the worst thing. But it makes you wonder, are they going to eventually run out of content? There's so much questions up in the air about how they're going to be handling weekly banners, because typically, it's not good for most gacha games to get banners weekly, because you definitely cannot keep up. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching the video. Once again, we'll cover the character. I wish they would have dropped it, because it just dropped tomorrow. It's going to be kind of hard to cover the content while also talking about the character, if they're actually even worth it. And who knows, maybe some other content come out afterwards where you actually kind of need the characters. Who knows? But guys, thank you for watching the video. Let me know what you think, and yeah.